Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of At What Up Jeremy, where I answer your questions about health, wealth, love, and time. And I am stoked today to have my buddy and good friend, Steven Jaggers, on the show today with a personal question that I'm going to answer. So Steven, what's your question?
So I was asked recently a question that made me ponder about potential business ideas. And that was, what do you find yourself to be really good at that a lot of your friends find challenging?
Awesome. Okay, so what do I find myself really good at that my friends find challenging? First, real quick before you leave, where can these fine folks follow you on social media and what could they look for?
At Jaggers Jr., that's Jaggerjr.
And what could they look for on your social media? What should they look forward to?
Mostly holistic health posts, movement, a lot of like mindset, mind-body connection stuff. I'm trying to integrate all of it.
So go follow him, and now I'm going to answer your question, so thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Of course. So the first thing that came to mind when Steven asked that was my social skills and my people skills. If I had to do an analysis of myself, I would say that I have a number one skill of talking and a far distant second skill of being able to take big thoughts, whether it's about business or life philosophy, health, whatever it is, and essentially boil it down to be super simple for people to understand. So I would say I have a number one skill of talking and a far distant skill of being able to take big thoughts, whether it's about business or philosophy or life or health or the things I understand, and take them from big concepts into things that people can really start to put into place in their lives. I make it bite-sized. I make a lot of things sound fun. And while I would say that is like talking and communicating those skills, the feedback I've gotten from most of my friends and from my network that they're amazed with is my people skills. And so what I thought would be good based on that answer is to give you guys some tips for how you guys could integrate what I've learned from my interpersonal savvy and growing my network and my social skills and put them into place in the different areas of life that you're working towards. One of the first things that I do more than anything else is I listen. And a lot of times we want people to be interested in us, but the only way I have found to be effective for people to be quickly interested in me is to show my interest in them first. And so what that looks like and sounds like is asking a bunch of questions for them to answer. You could write these down if you needed to remember them, or you can just remember whenever you're meeting someone from now on, or whenever you're wanting somebody to feel special and maybe be interested in you, be the person asking the questions. When you're the person who's asking the questions, you're actually leading the interaction, hopefully in a direction you want for it to go. So what that might sound like is, where are you from? Where have you been? Where are you going to next? What are you working towards in life? Listening. And when they actually give you an answer, not just thinking of the next thing to say, of course you want to, it's a conversation, but actually rewarding them for participating in any interaction with you. You see, for me, my time is everything. And so when I'm investing it with somebody, I'm being very intentional about that because I could be doing 100 other things that would benefit my life, my family's life, my quality of life, all of those things, my businesses, my customers. There's a lot of other places I could be putting my time. And so when I'm talking with somebody, I'm wanting to do that. And I want for it to be extremely clear for whoever is across the table or whoever's in front of me that that's the case. And so what that now looks like and sounds like is saying, where are you from? And they say, Nebraska. Wow, I've never been to Nebraska. I think that's really cool. What was it like growing up there in comparison to being here? Like maybe they're, visiting Arizona or they're just from Nebraska and we're just talking. What happens at this point is people will feel and see that you are interested in them, and they'll typically ask the same question of you back. And now you have that back and forth. And there's even ways to play that. But what I'm talking about here is being the person who's listening, really letting people understand that you heard what they said, rewarding them for staying involved in the conversation with you, and continuing to be the person to ask questions. That's the first thing I do more than anything else is I listen. People think I do the talking. It's the least of what I do when I'm interacting with other people, especially when they have something that I want. I am going to be asking questions, hopefully 90% of the time. So that's one small thing. I guess the number two thing is rewarding or incentivizing for people to stay in their interaction with you. That could be like touching them on the back, shaking hands, a high five, or saying, hey, I think that's really cool. Just rewarding them, just being verbal about the fact that you are so happy that they're talking with you. And you will find that people will be more interested there. The next thing I try to do is to have a next step. In business, this is extremely important because you're trying to close deals. in dating and relationships, this is important because you're trying to get to that next stage. Maybe it's a date, maybe it's actually dating them, maybe it's actually just getting their phone number, whatever that looks like in your situation. What you want to do is know what those steps are, and the only way I know of doing that is by zooming out and looking at the end goal. So if I want for somebody to close a deal with me, I'm going to be asking questions about both their business life and their personal life and kind of qualifying them in the process and trying to figure out, are they somebody that I can help with business, or are they, which is like number 3 or 4 now in these little points that we're going off of, can I team them up with somebody who can help them get closer to their end goal? That might mean introducing 2 business acquaintances together, or that might mean, you know, setting my friend up on a date with Sally because I think they would really get along. And those things go a hell of a long way for me in my business and in my personal life. In fact, it's probably the number one thing I do to get results. That's I feel a pretty holistic answer to the thing I feel I'm good at that my friends might struggle with or that kind of are baffled by, is those people skills. So if you like this video, let me know in the comments below. Are social and people skills something that you are working on, something that you've worked on, or is it something that you're realizing right now needs some more time and energy in your life? I want to know, and I want to be of help. Of course, the people in the comments below, whether you're watching this on YouTube or now over on Instagram TV, they're lovely people in the comments who are high performers and looking for results in their life so that they can live their dream. If this is the first time you come across me, hello, my name's Jeremy Montoya, and I believe that building your personal brand is the key to health, wealth, love, and actually having the time to enjoy it. So if you like this and you resonate with that message, then be sure to subscribe and follow, leave a comment, and maybe even tag a friend. I know that they'll be glad that you did. That's it for this episode of What Up Jeremy. Steven, thank you so much for asking today's question. Be sure to follow him. I'm going to link him up in the description, and of course in a nice slide here. If it's not there, it's there right now, so that you guys know where to go and find him. And I'll see you guys in the next one.